right before COVID.
Yeah.
What about you? Because you look like you over there holding some shit in.
I was, but no. It's because you can't just ask a question like that because every woman and every man are different. So, I mean, what friends
I'm just talking about like
in
in majority.
Yeah, we go by majority and minority.
So, like, majority to me.
From what you see.
I feel like, I mean, the men are basically expecting, I know, and I understand the whole equal, women want to be equal to men.
Equality shit.
Yeah, that shit gets to people. It gets into their heads. It gets in their relationships. So when a man sits here and be like, oh, well, she want to be equal, so I want her to do everything, and then I'll figure out my part. But then the men lack on a lot of shit, you know?
Like what?
Like, say, okay, a woman could plan, you know, a trip or plan, you know, your shit, you know, and he'd be like, all right, I'm going to provide you with this amount of money. A lot of times women, even like, you know, women who are in poverty, they want to have fun, you know? So, you know, they still do trips and they, you know, get assistance and motherfuckers have to live life, you know? So I feel like, you know, they provide a certain amount and they just expect women to figure it out, you know what I'm saying? So it's like women can't do that all the time, but they do a lot of the times, you know? And then it's like a question of, okay, well, how did you make it happen? Or how did I make it happen, but you couldn't make it happen for me? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I could have came up with that money that we needed, why couldn't you come up with that? So it's all based on, like, kind of, I feel like it's more men that are, it's women who are pushing for equality, but at the same time, men are taking advantage of that equality that they want because it's not the same. We don't want to be equal, whereas we have to pay for everything and we have to do everything or we have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We want that stability where it's consistently happening so that we could move forward and we could create something concrete. You know what I'm saying? So to create something concrete, you got to have a good foundation, and a lot of men don't realize that. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of work to get.
So you say, would you say that women realize that before men do?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. And then, in order for a relationship to pretty much have less bumps in the road, everybody has bumps in the road, like communication with anybody, family members, or not have to do with your spouse. Does one person have to need the other person more than the other for the dynamic to work? Like, to work at its best? Yeah, like deep in love, like they crave that person. They want to be with that person all the time.
That falls into ego because you're using your ego with that. Like, why do you need somebody? You know,
so,
it's like,
love doesn't break even. That's for sure.
It's like,
yeah. Well, love is always that. One person loves one more than the other.
Yeah,
so
and
it's
at different times too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And